What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to get the most out of your incline dumbbell press. First thing I want to go over is bench height. Okay, the farther up this goes, the more delts I'm going to use. The farther down it goes, the different portions of my chest I'm going to use. If I had it flat, it would work more the medial portion of my chest, but I want to work the upper portion. So I'm going to go over the incline dumbbell press at a, I'd say 45-degree angle height. You also can do this if you felt too much in the interior delt, just one notch down. It's enough to get a little bit more of the upper pec in there, but take away a little bit of the delt. But today, I'm going to do it at a 45-degree angle. Second, when you go to press, you want to make sure that you're pressing through the heel of your hand, this portion here. I don't want to have the weight in the where my thumb is, because it's going to turn internal, and it's put a lot of pressure on my wrist. I can have a little bit of internal stress when I come down and angle this like this to get more of a stretch, but I want most of the weight and pressure in the heel of my hand. Again, more really where my pinky is than anywhere else. 3, when I perform this movement, I want to make sure I'm starting in the stretch. So I'm going to kick these dumbbells back. Another thing too is when you go to kick dumbbells back, always have internal rotation where your elbows kiss your ribs, because when you kick them back, you want to be as close to you as possible for stability. If you go to kick these back and your arm goes out, there's a lot of chance of you potentially injuring the rotator cuff. So again, nice and tight, I'm going to kick these back, and I'm going to start in the stretch. A lot of times you see people kick these back and they'll go like this and then they'll kind of wiggle in. What's happening right now is my triceps and my shoulders are starting the movement, and my chest is going to be introduced as I come down. I want my chest to start the movement like a rubber band. If I pull the rubber band apart, when I let go, it snaps back. So if I start and my chest is stretched like a rubber band, when I go to start the movement, it starts. Number 4, and this is probably the most important thing, when you go to perform this exercise, you want full range of motion. Let me show you what that looks like. So the dumbbells touching, coming all the way down, touching my chest, is not full range of motion. That being said, when you see people press, this, the inch above, is not full range of motion. If you have no injuries and nothing that's stopping you from opening your chest up, again, dumbbells are touching my chest, not full range of motion. Watch the dumbbells. This is full range of motion. So I pull them to the side and literally allow them to peel and open my chest apart, but they're not touching. They're not touching. I have a full stretch, but there's no touch. So right now, if you had somebody push on the sides, I physically couldn't go down anymore. My chest is maximally stretched. This is what is going to produce the most growth. Not a heavier weight up here, but an appropriate amount of weight that allows me to open my chest up. 5, when you go to perform this movement, when you go to push up, pretend you have a wall on both sides of the dumbbells. As I'm going up, I'm going to keep them in the same line so the stress stays in the same place. Both equally distributed on each pectoral. If I go to push up and come in, now I'm taking some of the stress away, putting it more medial, and then as I come down, introducing that line of stress back into the chest where it was supposed to be the entire time. So again, the full stretch, I come up, I just push straight up, keep that tension in the same lane, come all the way down, open back up. Again, tension is the same lane the entire time. 6, and another pretty obvious one, when you're performing this movement, make sure as you're coming down, you control your eccentric. It's half the movement. Make sure you do it. It's one of the most growth promoting parts of the movement. So if you don't do it, not only are you wasting half of the movement, but you're also wasting one of the most growth promoting parts. So yes, you'll have to use less weight, but I can guarantee you, you will see more progress controlling your eccentric than you will just going up and down and just trying to move the weight from A to B. 7, when you go into the deep stretch of this movement, as you're coming down, take a second while you're in that deep stretch, just maybe literally 1 to 2 seconds, and make sure that you feel each side has a full even distribution of a stretch. And when you go to push up, you're assuring that there's no momentum involved. So if I'm paused here, again, the rubber band theory, if I'm fully stretched when I go to push, that muscle is what should be pushing the movement. Now, if I go down and just go down and go up, this bounce is going to allow a little bit of momentum. And even if I didn't bounce, if I just go down and push up, that could be a second that I could have taken to make sure both sides were evenly stretched. Not one was a little bit more than the other, because it will, in the long run, make a difference.